this about to be my whole. This about to be my whole bag. This nigga turning me into Thor? What you mean I got lightning in my palms, nigga? I'm untouchable, you hear me? I'm
Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. Where they've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. The Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Tuggle. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Georgia Bulldogs return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him and find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
Well, after having 3 sacks in their last game, this offense knew they had to ID where this guy was going to line up every play, and they had to have an answer for him. Didn't have one there. He is so strong. He's so fast, and he just knows how to get home to the quarterback. He's got a sixth sense.
Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So the Texas Longhorns offense will have its first possession of the game. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
I just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it again. He's got his man. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Here we go with the run on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. And the Dogs want to pick up the tempo. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. That first punt was a beauty. Did take another one just like it. Trying to pick out that ball through a deluge of rain, and he missed it. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll go with a direct snap. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Back to throw. It's Manning. Quarterback moving. Throwing right. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play, looking at it.
Oh, picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there? The give on the inside. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. It's a reverse. Fighting off the defender. He's knocked down in the backfield. A swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. He's got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. Georgia sends out the punt team.
Asinine. All the fucking asinine.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinal sin.
Let's see what's going on. Wait. Just because they spread out like that mean? What the fuck going on?
Yeah, Jesse, you can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Got his man in the middle. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical, and then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm fucking read close. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living
or another red ball.
Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, they'll go for it on 4th and a country mile. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Hard running there.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
He's looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the
whatever.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th, basically only...
And that pass intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Georgia.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, a little bit short of the first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Rashada. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to...
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. He lets it fly. Makes the catch on the left. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's first and deep shot for the end zone. That one will be incomplete.
Shut your sad fucking ass down.
10 seconds to go.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. Quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
He'll take another shot here. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on.
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Man, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a one-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he muffs it. It's loose. And he's going to try to return this one. There's no possible explanation for bringing that one out of the end zone, and they've got horrible field position at the 5. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Makes his connection. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Ewers. Showing the arm strength to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. And the pass is picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Trying play action. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. A 3rd and long coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes the Texas offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there. And you could tell, just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the...
What a snag by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, hey, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done, too.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They feed him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort making...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the juniors.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Oh, my God.
pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's picked off for the third time today. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Off play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they're going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. After the misfire, now on second down. To the air, it's Ewers. Gets it out fast. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They go to the ground. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And after that incompletion on third and long, because of where they are in the field and because they have a narrow lead, you'd expect this team to just go ahead, kick the field goal, and take the points.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And, guys, we are deadlocked here in the final period. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, punt, David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so
Right,
much.
packing
He's
all
not
that shit
used to
up.
this offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry-up.
You've got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hands to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Wants to bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they want.
He's going to let it go. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication.
Oh, look out. There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
It's caught. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Trying to get to it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Catch in the middle, it's Gibson. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt. And after taking the lead, guys, we still have a big finish coming. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Stanford is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an... You start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this battle? They're trailing by 14 to Clemson. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Nellis?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Back to pass, it's Rashada. Fires to the middle. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Georgia! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And that is phenomenal quarterbacking. Understanding right away, dude, you're going to bring pressure. I'm getting the ball to my playmaker right now. Let him do the rest. Let him glide into the end zone. Make me look really good. Good timing. Good decision by the quarterback getting it out quick.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly... And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He wants a big play here late. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Georgia trying to use every second on this clock. Gonna run it. It's ETN. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Sometimes it's just not your day.
What the fuck?